So Ace just did his first and possibly his last interview, and the internet is in shambles. He made some strong claims that left a popular fan base reeling. As you know, Nicolandria has been the talk of the town, and Ace has always been seemingly close with both Nic and Olandria, or so we thought. Then today everything went south. Ace was asked if he believes Nic has romantic feelings for Olandria, and here's what he had to say.
So, had Nic ever explicitly told you, yo, I'm interested in Olandria romantically?
No, like it's always been a fact of she's attractive.
But before Nicolandria fans break down, keep in mind that the last time Ace and Nic had a serious conversation was while they were inside the villa. Before we spiral, let's rewind. Ace hasn't had a real sit-down conversation with Nic since they were both inside the villa. That's important. Inside those walls, Nic and Olandria were just flirting, barely scratching the surface of what they'd eventually become.
He clearly states that the last time he spoke with Nic about how he felt about Olandria was in the villa. Probably they haven't been around each other outside of the villa as much, right?
It wasn't until after the cameras stopped rolling, when they started traveling together, sharing candid moments, and actually exploring their connection, that the relationship we now know as Nicolandria truly began. So when Ace spoke, he was speaking from villa knowledge, outdated knowledge. So I'm not panicked by Ace's words. In hindsight, the signs were there that Nic and Ace weren't as close anymore. We have not seen Ace and Nic in the same location for a while. Ace was absent during the entire New York City press week, so we didn't get to see his dynamic with Nic until the reunion aired this week, and it was during the reunion that Nic and Ace's fallout apparently happened. But despite Nic and Ace's falling out, Olandria and Chelley's friendship has remained solid, so that's all that really matters to me. I admit there were hints that made me raise my eyebrow. For instance, Chelley's birthday was earlier this week, and while Olandria showed up to both of her birthday events looking stunning, she was solo, no Nic by her side. At the time, I found it a little odd that Nic wasn't at either of Chelley's birthday parties, but brushed it off as a scheduling thing. Nic's busy, no big deal. But now, after this Ace interview dropped, it gives the context that was needed. Everything reads differently. Maybe Nic didn't want to be in the same room as Ace, and vice versa. Meanwhile, Olandria, cool as ever. After the interview dropped, she hopped on Twitter, but not to fully address the drama. Instead, she focused on an event at her old school in Tuskegee. Class act as always. And speaking of that Tuskegee appearance, if you haven't watched the clips, you're missing out. She lit up the stage, spoke with poise, and reminded everyone why she's more than just a reality TV star. Nic, on the other hand, kept it cryptic, a quick Snapchat post replying to a fan's question about his day turning horrible after it started out great, which I found a little sad. I hope him and Ace work things out in the future. And then, like clockwork, Taylor hopped onto TikTok Live, because of course he did. He backed up Ace, basically saying Ace is Ace, he says what he thinks. He also doubled down, defending both Olandria and Chelley against the ongoing bullying allegations, and told fans to stop twisting narratives to suit their shipping wars. I agree with that.
Y'all saying why is he saying that? He can't tell his opinion, dog. Like, y'all act like whatever Ace say, it gotta go, and that's what everybody else think. Like, he can just he's his own person. That is a grown ass man. He can say what he want to say whenever he want to say it, you know. So he can speak his piece. Like, y'all judging the man for her opinion. Like, he want happiness for Olandria. He want happiness for Nic. You feel me? It's not Ace. It's not Ace picking a side. It ain't even none of that, bro. Like, y'all gonna dig super deep into this. For no reason, but bro, Ace just want nothing but happiness for his people, bro. That's literally all it is. It ain't even nothing like too deep into it where y'all get into reaching for shit.
Not gonna lie, the internet had me panic until I watched the full interview. Here's the thing, I don't think Ace meant Olandria harm. If you watch the interview closely, there's no malice there, just blunt honesty. But And this is a big but. Ace has to realize the platform he's on. Words matter when you're talking about Nicolandria because the frenzy around them and also the hate thrown at them is unmatched. Every sentence will be dissected, clipped, and twisted for engagement. Ace needs media training, period. Keep it real, but protect your friends while you're at it, and that's the heart of the issue. Ace doesn't owe Nic anything, sure, but Olandria, she's the one who ends up bearing the brunt of the backlash every single time. Once again, Olandria will be the biggest target from this interview. This is a reminder that fame is a double-edged sword, and every offhand comment can spark a wildfire. Whether Ace and Nic patch things up remains to be seen, but for now, the villa drama lives on. That's all I've got on this one. Sound off in the comments. Are we panicking or are we keeping calm and letting this blow over?